Imagine standing on the shores of a magnificent island empire. Towering temples gleam in the sunlight.
Atlantis, the crowning jewel of the ancient world.
Lower the cargo carefully.
It is a bustling
Great
center of a
harbors
vast maritime
overflow
empire.
with ships from every corner of the known world. Canals cut through a city built in perfect circles. Gold, silver,
Genuine
and
ivory and rare
unimaginable
ebony,
wealth
right here.
surround you.
Direct from the southern coasts, my friend.
And then, in a single day and night, it all vanishes beneath the sea. For more than 2,300 years, humanity has searched for Atlantis. But was Atlantis ever real? Beyond the Pillars of Hercules, somewhere in the vast Atlantic Ocean, the ancient Greek philosopher Plato described a civilization unlike any the world had ever known. A kingdom blessed by the gods, a naval superpower, a paradise of extraordinary wealth and engineering.
Sound the horns! Set sail for the open sea!
And according to Plato, it was destroyed in a catastrophic disaster approximately 9,000 years before his own time. For centuries, explorers, archaeologists, dreamers, and conspiracy theorists have searched for this lost world. Some believe Atlantis was an actual civilization erased by history. Others argue it was nothing more than a philosophical allegory. Tonight, we journey into one of history's greatest mysteries. We'll explore Plato's original account, reconstruct what Atlantis might have looked like.
The story begins. Our story begins in ancient Athens. Around 360 BC, Plato wrote two dialogues, Timaeus and Critias. Within them, he tells a remarkable tale.
We welcome you, Solon of Greece, to the house of Amun. Listen, Solon, to the tale of the lost empire.
According to Plato, an Athenian lawmaker named Solon learned of Atlantis during a visit to Egypt centuries earlier. Egyptian priests allegedly revealed the existence of a mighty island civilization that had flourished long before recorded history. The priests claimed Atlantis lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, known today as the Strait of Gibraltar. It was, they said, larger than Libya and Asia Minor combined. A vast island empire. Rich, powerful, and ambitious. Too ambitious.
Plato describes Atlantis as a society that grew prosperous under divine protection. But over time, greed and corruption consumed its rulers.
Our forces are ready to strike at their core. Then let the world know the true extent of our destiny.
The Atlanteans sought to dominate the known world. Eventually, the gods decided they had gone too far. What followed was catastrophic. Violent earthquakes.
Get back! It is...
Immense floods. And in a single terrible day and night, Atlantis disappeared beneath the ocean, lost forever.
or so the story goes. What Atlantis might have looked like. If Plato's descriptions were accurate, Atlantis would have been one of the most extraordinary cities ever built. Imagine approaching the island at sunrise. The sea is calm. Ahead, rising from the mist, stands a magnificent metropolis unlike anything in the ancient world. At its center lies a great circular city. Concentric rings of land and water radiate outward in perfect symmetry. Massive bridges span glittering canals.
Heave ho, men! Secure that
Ships
line!
glide through broad waterways directly into the heart of the capital. Towering defensive walls surround each ring. Some are faced with gleaming metals. Others shimmer in shades of black, white, and red stone. At the very center stands the Royal Acropolis. Here rises the great temple of Poseidon. Its walls are clad in precious metals. Gigantic statues line the entrance. Inside, golden pillars support immense vaulted ceilings. At the sanctuary's heart stands an enormous statue of Poseidon himself, driving 6 winged horses across the heavens. Outside, broad avenues bustle with life.
This saffron is pure gold, my friend.
And what for these textiles?
Merchants trade exotic goods.
A rare artifact from the east.
Craftsmen hammer bronze and ivory. Children race through crowded marketplaces. Fountains pour fresh mountain water into public squares. Gardens bloom throughout the city. Palm trees sway in warm ocean winds. Beyond the capital stretch fertile plains divided by sophisticated irrigation canals. Fields of grain ripple beneath the sun. Villages dot the landscape. Roads connect every corner of the island. According to Plato, Atlantis was not merely beautiful, it was engineered, planned, perfect. The Atlantean Empire. Atlantis was said to possess unmatched military and naval power. Imagine enormous harbors filled with hundreds of ships.
Clear the way for the grain from Alexandria!
Get those nets secured immediately!
Bronze-clad war vessels. Merchant fleets returning from distant lands. Sailors speaking dozens of languages.
This wine is from the sun-drenched hills of Crete.
I've heard stories of that place.
Behold the finest purple silks from Tyre.
Come, taste and
The
trade, my
empire
friends.
supposedly controlled territories across vast regions. Tribute flowed continuously into the capital. Gold, silver, precious woods, ivory, rare animals, exotic spices. The Atlanteans, Plato tells us, lived in extraordinary abundance. But prosperity often carries a hidden danger. Power, pride, hubris. As generations passed, divine virtue gave way to human ambition. The rulers of Atlantis desired more land, more wealth, more domination.
We strike at their core, now!
Send the fleet to the north.
And according to Plato, this moral decline sealed their fate. Yet many historians suspect Plato's story was never intended as literal history.
This passage in Plato's Phaedo, it changes our entire understanding.
Of the great island of Atlantis, a mighty power that vanished in a single day.
Instead, Atlantis may have served as a warning, a cautionary tale about arrogance, corruption, and the collapse of civilizations. A lesson that still resonates thousands of years later. Searching for Atlantis. For centuries, people have searched for Atlantis across the globe. Some looked beneath the Atlantic Ocean itself. Others searched the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, even Antarctica. Numerous locations have been proposed. One of the most compelling theories points to the ancient Minoan civilization on the island of Crete. Around 1600 BC, a massive volcanic eruption devastated the nearby island of Thera, modern-day Santorini. The explosion was among the largest in human history. Tsunamis struck surrounding coastlines. Entire settlements vanished. The once powerful Minoan civilization never fully recovered.
Run to the hills! Do not look back!
Some researchers believe memories of this disaster may have inspired Plato's story centuries later. Visually, the connection is striking. Advanced maritime culture, magnificent palaces, sudden destruction. A civilization dramatically weakened by natural catastrophe. Yet significant problems remain. The dates do not match Plato's timeline, nor does the geography. Other candidates include submerged structures near Spain, mysterious underwater formations in the Caribbean, and ancient flood myths from cultures worldwide. So far, however, definitive evidence remains elusive.
There is absolutely nothing on the scanners.
It is like the bottom of the world just disappeared.
Atlantis continues to evade discovery. Why Atlantis still captivates us. Perhaps the real mystery isn't where Atlantis was. Perhaps it's why we continue searching.
We are all explorers, bound by a single, timeless thread, searching the edges of the unknown to find our place.
Atlantis represents something
Peace dwells
deeply
within these
human.
walls.
The dream of a lost golden age. A forgotten civilization, more advanced, more harmonious, more magnificent than our own. It speaks to our fascination with vanished worlds. with civilizations swallowed by time. From Pompeii to Machu Picchu, history repeatedly reminds us that even the greatest societies are fragile.
Empires rise. Empires flourish. Empires fall. Atlantis, whether fact or fiction, embodies that eternal cycle. It warns us that prosperity can disappear, that nature can humble even the mightiest civilizations, and that history is filled with chapters we may never fully recover.
Did Atlantis truly exist? The honest answer is that we still don't know. No definitive archaeological evidence has ever confirmed Plato's lost civilization. Yet the legend endures. Perhaps Atlantis was a real place, transformed by centuries of storytelling?
Down through the ages, a single memory remains, guarded by history and traced upon our maps, the lost truth we still seek today.
Perhaps it was Plato's greatest philosophical lesson. Or perhaps it was both. But whether myth, memory, or forgotten history, Atlantis continues to inspire explorers, historians, and dreamers around the world.
Somewhere between fact and legend lies the enduring power of mystery. And mysteries, after all, are what keep history alive. If you enjoyed this journey into the lost world of Atlantis, consider subscribing for more cinematic historical documentaries.